Hello, everybody. Good day. Dr. Chad here. Hope you're doing well. I am doing it. I am getting on here and I am going to talk to you about a very lovely topic, the science of gratitude. The science of gratitude. Gratitude is a big part of what we do here at Native Path, very much so on the internal team. On the internal team, people that work for Native Path, we're always expressing gratitude for each other, expressing appreciation for each other. And if you've been in this community a while, you'll probably notice the same thing. This is the best group in all of Facebook. People are constantly sharing their wisdom and knowledge and appreciation for life and each other, and it's a very supporting group. There's lots of other groups out there in the Facebook world that are maybe a little more negative, maybe a little more conflicting, especially in your normal feed. Not in our group. We have a group of gratitude. We have a community of gratitude and appreciation. So I wanted to come on here and share a lot of these things that I've learned about gratitude recently. I love the nervous system, and there's a lot going on with our health and gratitude and your well-being. So I want to talk exactly about that, but really I'm going to show you a simple way to develop a better gratitude practice. You're going to be surprised that a lot of the things that people typically do or think they should do to cultivate gratitude is not that effective on our physiology. I'm going to share some things that are more effective for you. But before we do that, we're going to do little polls. I've never done polls before, so I'm going to share this right here. So I put some polls in there, some questions, yes or no questions. Please answer these questions. And the intention of these questions is to see if you are or are not on the path to eating, moving, and living in harmony with your biology. Okay, so the first question is, did you drink a big glass of water first thing this morning? Yes or no? Let's see that. Yes or no? Did you drink a big glass of water first thing this morning? And you can put that in the poll. You can put that in the comments. We want you to be drinking a big glass of water first thing in the morning. It's the best time to rehydrate yourself. It's great for your digestive system. It's good for your skin. It also helps you avoid a lot of the things that are not good for you in the morning, right? So get in the habit of drinking water first thing in the morning, one of the best things you can do. Second question, here we go. Have you eaten at least a palm-sized portion of animal-based protein with each meal over the last, let's say, 3 days? Palm-sized portion of animal-based protein in the last 3 days. One of the best things you can do for your metabolism is start eating more protein. We recommend about a palm-sized portion, maybe for men, maybe 2 palm-sized portions. But what protein does is it provides all the building blocks for your body. It's also very satiating. Your body actually burns fat when you eat quality animal-based protein. It helps you get off sugar cravings. It gives you more energy for longer periods of time. If you want to change your health, one of the easiest things you can do is start eating palm-sized portions of protein at every meal. It helps you get rid of refined carbohydrates and sugar and all that icky stuff that your body doesn't want. Next question, next poll question. Have you completely removed all the toxic industrial seed oils from your home? Yes or no? And what am I talking about here? I'm talking about vegetable oil, canola oil, safflower oil, soybean oil. Those should not be in your home. Those should not be anywhere near your home. Those are extremely toxic to your body, causes a lot of damage to every cell in your body. It ages you. It makes your joints hurt. It tears up your intestinal lining. Get rid of those fats. Like don't have those fats in your home. Just throw them away. Better fats would be coconut oil, grass-fed butter, olive oil, ghee. I'm a big fan of ghee. Avocado oil. You can replace it with those things. Those are simple things you can do. So reminders about the path, right? And don't forget to sleep well, 7 to 8 hours a night. Ideally, you want to have about half your body weight in ounces of water every day. Chew your food so you can digest your real whole food and get the nutrients. Get morning and evening sun. That helps set your circadian rhythm, aligns your hormones, your cortisol, so you can fall asleep well at night. Character traits, always do your best. Try to be the best human being you can, the best friend, the best partner, the best stranger, the best coworker. Just do your best. And don't take anything personally. A lot of people going through a lot of things in their life. We don't know what they're going through. I have no idea what you're going through. You have no idea what I'm going through. But let's not take things personally. When people maybe aren't on their best, remember to love people. And I don't mean just Love. I mean an acronym, LUV. Listen to people. Listen to them carefully. Try to listen without trying to think about what you're going to say as you listen. Really fully listen to people. And when you do listen, listen to understand them and validate what they're saying. That'll help you improve communication. At Native Path, we're all about community. In order to do that, we have to connect and listen to each other. Don't forget to be the hero of your life. Native Path is about a hero's journey. You're the hero. You're going on a journey of your life. You'll go through dark nights of the soul. Make sure you have teachers and guides that help guide you along the way. Be prepared for the unknown, but know that you're going to get through the other side. You're going to get the treasure, and when you get back, be a guide to other people. Help other people. Help them feel better. Help them become more inspired, more connected in their own life, and that will help you. And never forget that what you appreciates. What you focus on grows. So be mindful of what you are focusing on. Is it negative thoughts? Is it, negative foods that are toxic? Is it all the bad news on TV? Is it all the bad stuff, this, that? Or is it, the things that you actually enjoy that lift you up, that help you feel better? What you appreciates. So that's up to you, what you want to appreciate on. So let's go back to the science of gratitude here. Now, I mentioned I love the nervous system. I'm a physical therapist originally. Fascinated by how the brain works. We got this brain stem and spinal cord that breaks out in all these nerves on our arms, and those nerves do so much, and it gives sensation to our body, right? We can feel things. The brain's kind of a pathway to tell your muscles what to do, all coming from your brain. I mean, think about how amazing that is. You have this consciousness that's kind of working its way into your nervous system and telling your body everything to do, everything from your heart to your lungs to your digestive system, all being told what to do by your nervous system. And we develop pathways over time. The way we do things, right? The way we talk, the way we eat, the way we think, the way we feel, it all creates pathways in our body, right? Just like a ski slope with snow, right? You keep going down the same slope, the same pathway over and over again. You form a groove in the snow over and over again. You form a groove in your nervous system, right? And the thing is, if we don't change anything, we can go deeper and deeper into those grooves and make it harder to change, right? And I always observe this as a physical therapist. I observe that if we're going to make true change, the change has to happen from the nervous system, right? And what's interesting about the nervous system, as it relates to humans, is a key difference between the nervous system that we have and the nervous system that, let's say, hold on, here he goes, Maya has, right? Maya has a nervous system. Maya has a brain and a brain stem. But there's a difference between me and you and Maya and her nervous system. And that's that we can consciously choose to change and manipulate our nervous system. Maya has no idea she even has a nervous system. We're aware of it, and we can change it. So if there's things that we want to feel, if there's actions we want to take, we can all do that. We can change it with intention, right? And so what I'm going to be sharing today is some ways that you can intentionally cultivate gratitude within your body, so you can feel it. You can't think of gratitude to make a difference. You have to feel it. Can't trick your brain. Okay, so first off, let's get to a little bit about the science of gratitude and what the benefits are, because the science is very clear. There's an overwhelming benefit to the feeling of gratitude inside of your body, right? I'm just going to list off all of these things, right? First of all, gratitude changes the way you see things. It's like putting on glasses, and these glasses, it makes the grass a little greener. It makes the cup half full. Right? So it changes your perspective on the way you see things, which then changes how others see you, and it helps change the way you interact with reality. So just think about that with gratitude. Also, think of gratitude more as a practice than just a feeling, right? It's something that you do over and over and over again, and it's a skill. You can cultivate gratitude. Think of it as a skill, something that you want to practice over and over again. Gratitude helps build emotional awareness, helps you understand what it is that you're feeling and feel into what you're feeling. Also helps you feel into and understand what other people are going through, so you can become more compassionate, build deeper relationships, and connect with people. One of the things I love most about gratitude is the surge of feel-good hormones that it creates in your brain. I'm talking about really all over your body. I'm talking about dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, the things that make us happy, the things that lift us up. Gratitude does all of that. Think about that. A lot of us are taking pills and supplements, and I'm not saying don't do those things. But gratitude, a feeling, a physiology, changes, right? Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. Think about that. Dr. Andrew Huberman is a neuroscientist. I've been listening to his podcast a lot. He's a professor at Stanford University. I believe he's also an ophthalmologist. He has a quote. I'm going to share it with you here. Andrew Huberman says, gratitude is not just a social construct, it's a real neurological phenomenon that is powerful for bringing a deepened sense of well-being, connectedness, and enhancing our relationship to self, others, and all things. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. It's a perfect time to talk about gratitude. If you're watching this live, we're in the middle of Thanksgiving and Christmas season. We're in the season of gratitude. So now I want to talk about gratitude practices because there's some very common and effective ways that people practice gratitude that are actually very ineffective according to science. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about just listing things out, right? I'm creating a list. I'm grateful for the birds and the bees and the trees and my dog and my wife and our home and like native path and our customers. Just listing things out, it turns out, has very little impact on your physiology, right? And I was thinking about this, and I think the reason is because there's no real emotional tie to that. But it's also our brains kind of get tired of it. They get bored of it. And if you're not feeling gratitude, it doesn't matter. It's like if you go up to somebody and you say, thank you, and you're not really thanking them because you don't feel actually that you're grateful, you know? So it's important to say that when we when we say thank you, we should really be feeling it, right? You cannot trick your brain into what it's feeling, right? You have to feel gratitude in order to make it impactful on a physiological difference in your body and get all the benefits of the things I was talking about, like higher oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, etc. So it turns out that the research, again, what it shows is just listing out the things you're grateful for is not very effective on changing your physiology with gratitude. What the research shows is that the most effective way, the most impactful way for you to cultivate gratitude in your body is to receive gratitude. In other words, when someone thanks you, and it has to be when it's a genuine thank you, when they genuinely thank you for something that you did, when there was a struggle, they were going through something, you helped them, and then you felt something. You had an emotional, physiological response, right? Now, here's the way that he said, and I suggest, that you cultivate a gratitude practice that can be lasting and meaningful for you, that you can keep the benefits of serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, better sleep, more energy, more engagement, right? It turns out that humans are storytelling creatures, right? If you look into how we came to be, we are storytelling creatures. And actually, people say that's how we separated from Neanderthals, is all of a sudden humans started telling stories around a fire and formed communities. So when someone says once upon a time, or let me tell you about the other day, our ears perk up. There's something about stories, the hero's journey, where someone goes on a journey, they feel a call, they meet a guide, they go through a dark night of the soul, they have a challenge, there's a struggle, they need to ask for help, so they seek their guides, and they finally get the prize, they get on the other side, and they return, they share, right? Hero's journey, it's a story, right? So what we want to do here is find stories of gratitude that you've observed or felt over your life where there's a struggle, help was offered, and it had an emotional response inside of you, right? And the thing is, it doesn't even have to be your story. It could be someone else's story. They've actually done research where they had different people all across the world at different times watch the same story, and they put EKGs on them and check their heart rate and respiration rate. And what they found is everything lines up. We resonate and connect with stories, right? So what you can do is come up with your own story and create little bullets off that story. And I'm going to give you an example of what this could look like, and form a practice where you read that story. You give yourself some time to think and feel into the story and notice the emotional response it has on you. Okay, so let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here and share with you my own practice that I created. So I mentioned I'm originally a physical therapist. I worked in outpatient for a long time, but I also spent about 5 years working in home health. And I went to people's homes who were not strong or well enough to go into outpatient clinics. And there was a 1.5-year period where I treated a young baby, and her name was Caitlin. And when I saw and treated Caitlin, She couldn't move her arm. Her arm was paralyzed over here, completely flaccid. She couldn't feel things. And I started working with her. I worked with her for a year and a half. And I would go over to her and her mom's apartment. They lived together. And I would go over there 2 days a week for 1.5 years and work on Caitlin, and did some therapy on her arm to help her regain function. And I did some research and found out the best exercises and stretches to do and all these different little things to improve sensation and tactile connection so she could feel. And all of a sudden, after a while, she started moving her fingers a little more. She could feel a little more. She started moving her arm a little more. For a year and a half, I treated her. And by the end of the year and a half, she was able to start moving her arm around a whole lot more from where we started. And I got her mom independent with an exercise program. And eventually, insurance ran out, and I wasn't able to see her anymore. But her mom kept on working with her. I didn't keep up with him. I lost touch with him. And then about 5 years later, after I last saw Caitlin, I went to Starbucks and I was working, and in then walks Vicky, the mom. And she sees me and I see her, and we go, oh gosh, oh my God. It's the first time we've seen each other in 5 years. And she goes, oh, stay right there. I'll be right back in 10 minutes. And she went away and she came back in and she walked in the door, and right behind her was 7-year-old Caitlin. And she walked up to me and smiled and gave me a big hug and took a step back and showed me she had full function in her arm. And it was one of the sweetest moments I've ever had in my life. And later on, Vicky, the mom, made a Facebook post, and she shared publicly about everything I just told you, about how I went over to their house for 1.5 years and treated her, and how Caitlin couldn't move her arm, and just thanked me for what we did. And it was a very genuine thank you. And that thank you has an emotional impact on me when I recall and reflect, think, and feel into that story. I feel joy. I feel gratitude. I feel happiness. I feel hopeful. And it also makes me want to help other people. And it allows me to receive help from other people. So a lot of things go on just by me recalling, thinking, and feeling into that story. And maybe that story moved you as well, and you felt something also. And that's a good sign that shows you how connected we are as humans through story. So again, it doesn't have to be your story, it just has to be a story that moves and inspires you, that's genuine, that you feel. So how do we do this, right? So what you want to do on your own homework is come up with a story that you can create 3 to 4 bullets around. And here's the structure of what you want to think about. What was the struggle? What was the help? And then how did that impact you emotionally, right? What was the struggle? What was the help? How did that impact you emotionally? Could be your story, could be someone else's story, right? And then what you want to do is at least 3 times a week, read through that story. And after you read that story, think and feel into the emotions of that story inside of your body for 1 to 5 minutes. 1 to 5 minutes, 3 times a week. Read it, feel into the emotions of that story for 1 to 5 minutes, 3 times a week. And that right there, according to science, is what all you need to do to keep and maintain and cultivate gratitude within your body and change all those things I was talking about, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, the things that make you happy. And when you have gratitude, it's really easy to start giving it away to all these different things in your life. Your spouse, your partner, the person at the checkout line. You know, it also allows you to become more resilient. You could be going through some of the most challenging periods of your life. And if you have gratitude, you can go through those things with grace. And I'm finding this true in my own life. There's been a lot of challenges in my own life, but I've gotten through them pretty well because I've learned to cultivate gratitude, and it's helped make me stronger in those situations. So I really wanted to share that with you. What I would love to hear from all of you is tell me a story in the comment. Take as long as you want. Write out a simple story with 3 bullets, 3 to 4 bullets. What was the struggle this person was having? What was the help? How does it impact you emotionally? Could be between you and another person when another person thanked you, or it could be something else where you observed one human helping another human. There was a struggle, help was offered, and you observed it, and it impacted you emotionally. So share those things with us. What was the struggle? What was the help? How did it impact you emotionally? And then if you feel called, say, yeah, I'm going to keep up with this gratitude practice. I'm going to commit right here, right now. I'm going to do this practice. I'm going to read it 3 times a week and think and feel into the emotions of that gratitude story for 1 to 5 minutes. And then just keep us updated. Because what we can do here in this group is create a community of people who are all feeling and thinking and focusing on gratitude. Facebook needs a makeover, don't you think? It really does. It needs a shift. It really does. So like we just need to focus on that. That's what we're going to do. That's what Native Path is all about. We're trying to help people feel better, to get back into harmony with themselves. Not just eating, not just moving, but the way we live our lives. Right? Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude is a central part of that. So that's my presentation for today. Do you have anything else? If you have any questions, let me know. Also, if you have any other ideas, any other topics you want me to cover, let me know. But what I would want to hear, first fill out the polls, the first things I asked about water, animal-based protein, and also getting rid of the toxic fats, and then tell me your gratitude story. Tell me what the help was, what the struggle, how did it impact you emotionally. Make a commitment right here in this group, right here, right now, if you're going to do it, if you're going to keep up with it. Okay? Sound good? Let's see who's got some comments here. We got Crystal. Thank you, David. Thank you, Crystal, for watching. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Alicia. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you all for watching. So hope you're all having a great day. Remember, don't forget about those things. And remember, life is a story, but you're the hero of that story. You get to create what it is that you want to feel. Okay? Okay, that's all I got. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.